Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my best podcast. Since I tried to keep it down in the nitty-gritty in 10 minutes, until it goes over 10 minutes, that means something very important because everything I say is for it. Now, as you should already know by now, if you don't know me by now, you just fly your little asses off the page and look at my other videos. My videos are about comedy, miscellaneous items, common sense, and everyday facts of life. I do my research, yes. And then, of course, a lot of people don't have common sense, though. So you can do a lot of research, but then there's people who just don't have common sense. Common sense is different from research and facts and media and all that other bullshit. But, of course, that's another subject if you want to talk about that if you want, okay? If you don't know me by now, I'm a schizoaffector. That means everything I say is actually absolute, incorrect, to the most 10th degree in power. I may sound a little bit convoluted sometimes. I may get my word misconstrued, but it's okay. That's my intentions. And of course, this video is going to be, if you have any comments, questions, or insults, you put it down below. Comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below, babies. I'm not monotone, and definitely I'm the real McCoy. Okay, I like to boast about some things, like laying two pussies side by side and smacking them with dildos, because I have done this such thing. And of course, I'm the guy who likes to curse around my daughter for reasonable purposes, psychologically speaking. But of course, if you don't ask questions, then that proves my point that most people are idiots. And I told you before, I love you all, but I hate the many of you. All right, I got the PayPal down there. If you want to donate, you can donate. You don't have to donate. I'm not a simp. I'm not a ambitious individual. I let people do my work for me. So I'm gonna make a video about the easy button. Okay, I'm gonna make a video about the easy button. All right, but of course, let's go into the subject here. This video is going to be about gun control solutions. Gun control solutions. But you have to understand that this country is run by the white man. Okay, there is more white people than black people in this country. Okay, you already know there's only 13% of African Americans, correct? So we got that part out of the way. We got that, and so you already know the history of America. Started through Gettysburg and also the Civil War. Union, Confederate, okay, you got that out of the way too. 1800s or whatever, 1847, whatever. You can say whatever. I may be inaccurate, but I know what I'm talking about here. So there was a war, and Abraham Lincoln said, "Hey, we can feed off the Negroes too as a modern day slave." So white people have to have their guns. They have to be afraid in the woods. They have to have this tactic because they don't feel like going through all of the living in the cold and shit in the dark ages. You don't have to, that's why religion is created, for the weak of the masses. Okay, my voice just asked me to talk to you about this because you got to keep it narrowed down. Okay, I believe, okay, and from my opinion, not from the voices, but I'm talking to you about it so you can understand that everybody should have a gun. Okay, so what about those people who want to kill themselves? What about those people who want to kill people? You in the wrong place at the wrong time, motherfucker. You deserve to get shot, right? It reduces the population. We getting too many people, right? If you want to look at it in a statistic type of view, right? We got too many people in the population. I think it's overpopulated more in Africa and the Middle East because they don't have no laws or like that like America does. This is like a conservative republic, okay? This is what the United States is about, conservative republic. Okay, it's not a conservative democracy. It's not. That's a mask. That's another video for something else. Okay, if you want to narrow down to the nitty bitties and political corrects or incorrects, you do your own video about it. Okay, you can learn from off to me. Okay, I'm trying to tell you this is conservative republic. Okay? It's not for the people. It's only for a select group of elite individuals. GOP. Okay, we got to have these guns. Killing one of the motherfuckers. The KKK and racism still exists. You can look on the internet and find that research yourself, okay? Right? So you have to have, the thing is that if you want to control it to where it don't get near schools, okay, it's obvious. These little white boys is fucking killing up motherfuckers. But black niggas always killing other niggas far more than they can ever reach. They're never going to be able to defeat that. Yeah, that's the thing that confuses me about Black Lives Matter and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Do you understand how fast black people are killing each other? And then you got one cracker who's just snapped. He just snapped. He was not mentally ill. And I'm going to talk about mentally ill too as well. And also those people with felons and shit. I think everybody deserves a motherfucking gun. If you can pass the test, you're okay. All right? But if you have a felon, Okay, that's basically has something to do with murder. You killed someone with a bunch of guns. You had illegal guns on you or some shit like that. Then you don't deserve no guns. Okay, drugs or any paraphilia like that. You know, you get a count. Okay, I think everybody should deserve a second chance. Everybody deserves to be protected. Everybody deserves to protect themselves, especially if they live in the hood. Let them niggas get guns. Let them niggas get guns. If they got felons, let them get guns. Okay, but once you put a nigga in jail, incarcerated, he can no longer kill. So that doesn't reduce the nigga population down, the lower vibrational niggers. Okay, I'm talking about Negroes. You know what I'm talking about? So you got a cracker with an AR-15 going into school, shooting up a massive amount of crackers and shit. It's mostly white people. They just spray them and shit. Or you go to a movie, a cracker goes in the movie, just snaps. Those motherfuckers just snap. They don't have mental disorders. I have a mental disorder. So you have a mental disorder. Everybody have mental disorders. You can't just say, okay, put them all in the box. Say, oh, okay, none of them, all mentally ill people can't have guns anymore. That's stupid. You can't do that. That doesn't make sense, okay? I'm capable of having a gun. I'm paranoid. I don't want people coming behind me trying to stab me. I have a right to protect myself too. But if you had a mental disorder, or if you have some sort of felon in any form of sense, that's how the cracker take away they even take away their own crackers' rights. So that's gonna have to stop. So you already know there's two sides to the republic. There's two sides to the democracy, and you already know that if you got niggas who basically don't consider themselves mentally ill, okay, and then you got crackers. You got crackers who's not mentally ill, and you got crackers who are mentally ill. What do you niggas gonna fight against each other? Okay, so it's all about money and power and control. We ain't gonna have another civil war up in this motherfucker, because you gotta have crackers with guns, okay? And the crackers are more likely to be more mentally ill, okay? They did the psychological warfare on niggas back roughly 60 years to 500 years ago. You know, they're still mentally damaged from all of that shit that happened to them. But do they deserve repercussions? They already got repercussions. It's already waiting from the hand of the NFL. All them niggas is just bowing and shit, and niggas in the NBA, they can easily get back to the black community. All them rappers and shit, we ain't gonna talk about Oprah. Okay, so repercussions is over now. We got trillions of dollars that could go right back into the black community from blacks themselves, and they said no. Okay, so we don't need Black Lives Matter right there. We don't need Black Lives Matter right there. So let's go down the list here. If you want to keep the guns within the schools, there should be a tracking device on the guns. Any high-powered weapon, especially high-powered, because you know what that means. The cracker in the house who's sane knows what the fuck he's doing. He's a parent. The mother and the father. I remember what this boy did in Florida. It just happened. He killed 18 people. I think it's more than that now. And they basically, I don't know his name. I can't think of his name right now. And they said he was totally fine, and they didn't see nothing. They saw something. They knew what the fuck they was doing. They used psychology. They wanted that motherfucker to go into school. They should be charged. Them crackers should be charged. They should be charged because they did that mentally. They did it psychologically. There's nothing wrong with our son. He was totally fine. Okay. Oh. We let him allow. We felt he was responsible, so he just would start shooting up kids. So I'm like, come on now. That's that low life type of cracker right there now, right? So what else is to say? You put gun tracking on it. You make sure every high-powered weapon, they're not the little pistols, because you're going to kill but so many people with 9 bullets, okay? They have tracking devices. Once they get near a radius of an area, it goes off. The police is automatically called. They won't even start. It won't even get into school. The teachers should be armed, okay? All teachers should be armed. If they want to be armed, they can be armed. If they do want to be armed, they have a right to get a chance to arm themselves for free, okay? If you in the black hood, okay, you gotta arm yourself. You don't need no motherfucking gun scanners or anything. Like, fuck that shit. Let's let the teachers have guns. If every teacher have a gun, nobody gonna shoot one another because he gonna get shot. And what if one of the teachers snap? Everybody snaps. Anybody can snap, and they could be mentally sane. Okay. So peace and love to you, brothers and sisters. Like, it's under 10 minutes. Okay, don't restrict it too much because that's what the other crackers who basically are mentally insane will basically fight against the other ones who think they're truly sane, okay? See the backlash of it? Everybody deserves a gun to protect themselves, okay? Peace.